Alrighty. Hey gang. Welcome back, you guys. Good morning. Happy Sunday. How are you guys? Hope you guys are having a great one. I'm Matt, as always, and another episode of Zero Carb Journal, episode 145. So good morning, you guys. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys have had a great week. Hope you guys are staying the course and making some progress. Good morning. So here I am. Sunday morning. It's bright and early. I'm going to do my ad real quick. I want to thank my sponsor, Let's Get Checked. You guys can do home blood tests at home. Great idea for any carnivores just starting out or wondering how you're doing on your journey. Test your cholesterol, test your CRP, test your hormones, vitamins, nutrition, all sorts of stuff. So I got links in the description down below. Trylgc.com, and you can save 20% with my code ZeroCarb. So please give that a try, and thank you all so much for all your support for that through that program during these past few months. Really appreciate it. So there's that. And so hope you guys had a great week. I had an awesome week, you guys. It's been so good. Let's see, this week started, I'm trying to remember how I left you guys last week. I don't remember really what I was looking forward to football. We lost. But I don't remember what I was talking about doing, but what ended up happening was we got some awesome surf. And so I ended up getting to surf a lot this week, a few times, and seeing friends down there at the beach and getting myself all tuckered out, and that was great. So that's been something I've been missing. I haven't been able to do that for a while just due to weather and travel restrictions and all that stuff. So that felt great. Physically, I felt really good. It felt wonderful to get out in the water. I got some great waves. Saw some dear old friends, which I appreciate so much. So that was really nice. And then the rest of this week, I have had a great week. Just making a lot of progress at work, I guess I'll say. Working on my business, and I just had a lot of successes. Nothing I can really detail, but just some great. Yeah, I just feel like I'm really moving forward with my whole program. So I had a really good week. I stayed focused. I made a lot of progress. And I've been feeling really good. Let's talk about zero carb and what I've been eating. So I told you last week that I was eating just ground beef without much additional stuff. This week I did add some ribeye back in, just a little. I bought a few ribeyes and just kind of sliced them thin and ate them with my ground beef. And eggs. I've been continuing to eat eggs, and I've just been continuing to feel really the most stable I think I've ever felt on this way of eating, which is the most stable I've ever felt ever. But over the last 4 years now, or almost 4 years being a carnivore, you guys know I've gone up and down with my struggles, and I'm feeling really stable and really solid, and it feels really good. I'm not sure if it's what I'm eating that's making me so stable, or if it's just time, water under the bridge, that I'm finally getting a little more stable, as it were. But whatever it is, I've just been feeling great and really appreciating it. I've been real regular and not much pain, and no gas and no urgency, and whatever. I've just been doing as good as I can do, and super thankful for that. So I've been having a good run here. What else happened this week? I had some great interactions with some old friends. I got a couple great phone calls, and I've just been having a good one. So just like last week, I've been mostly focused on staying in the moment and staying positive, and just trying to continue to dig in and move forward and make progress on my stuff, even though I'm a little sidetracked with COVID and the restrictions and stuff. I definitely am not doing what I would be doing if things were different, but I've been enjoying the challenge of just staying positive and making progress, despite, I hear from all different folks, right? And we talk to friends and family and everyone else, and there's a lot of ways of dealing with what we're all going through right now. And I see a ton of opportunity, and I see a ton of optimism in the future, and so I'm, like I said, I'd love to be traveling right now. I'd love to have not lost all the work I had, and there's some things I wish were different, but I've been focusing really hard on appreciating the good parts that are coming out of all this, and and trying to make it as good as I can. So I've been focused moving forward, and so I've been having a great week. So, oh, Sarah's here. All right. Hey, Sarah. Nice to see ya. Oh, she's listening, but she did comment. Thank you for letting me know you're here, Sarah. That's great. Yeah, so I've been having a great week, and I hope you guys have too. It sounds like you're still getting out and about, Sarah. That's great. I'm happy for you. So yeah, so I've been having just a really, really good run here, feeling really positive, and getting to go surfing. Physically, I'm feeling good. My workouts have been good. My business stuff has been going really well. I've been really pleased with that. I've been able to dedicate more time and energy than I have been for a while now. And so I've been really focused on that. And then one more thing that I'm really stoked on lately, you guys, is I have, oh, you can't see it right behind me. It's right here. I've been playing my guitar. I've been playing a lot of music lately. And so that's something that I'm really happy to be sort of remotivated to get back into. You know, over the years, I've tried, you can try and force yourself, but it never really works. You kind of either have to feel it or you don't. So, I don't know if it's winter and being cooped up a little more or whatever it is, but I've been feeling a lot more creative. And I've been creating things, and it feels good. It feels like something that's important to me, kind of the old me or whatever. So yeah, so I've been having a great week, and I like I said, I really hope you guys have too. From a zero carb perspective, like I said, everything's just been rock solid, and more than anything, what I'm aware of this time of year, and I've talked about it in the past quite a bit, but I haven't talked about it recently because it's not an issue for me anymore. But it's important for me to remember how depressed I used to be, and especially as we rolled into winter season, it was always seasonal depression for me. It was always winter time, sort of in between the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. It just seemed like every year throughout my life, even when I was really young. I mean, I learned to recognize this even when I was probably 20. I think it's written in my journals from when I was a late teenager. But I recognized that I would get actually depressed this time of year. And I've said it over these past few years of being carnivore, but that's gone. And it's just so strange to, for it to be so stark, for it to be so obvious now, because all those years, it was sort of like this shadow, I'd know I was depressed, but I couldn't see it directly, right? Like it was just sort of, if I try and look directly at the depression, you can't see it. You just know that you're not perceiving things in a rational way. Anyways, I struggled with that my whole life. You guys know that. And it's just now that it's not there at all. Now I can see it. Like now it's so stark. Like I really can, I'm aware of how not depressed I am. And even when I'm sad or, struggling with something, it's very different than it was before. Where before, whatever was bothering me was riding on top of sort of an insurmountable, attitude of doom or whatever, just bummed, depression. But now when things happen that I struggle with, I just see them as what they are. They don't seem to be wrapped up in a giant ball of something I can't process or that just blows me down the hill or whatever, so I don't really know how to speak about it. But I can tell you that it's dramatically different, and I know that that's due to this diet change, because it was always with me, and then it wasn't. And it was clear as day that it wasn't, and it was clear as day when it was over the years. So anyways, I'm so thankful, and especially as I'm here now going through this time where we are kind of cooped up. I'm kind of cooped up anyways. Maybe not in Tennessee, Sarah. but yeah, I'm doing great, and I'm really thankful for my mental state and my diet and everything, and I just give so much credit of that to zero carb. So there's that. So, Little Viking Coach, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Little Viking Coach asks, do you take vitamin D3 or any supplements? You know, Viking Coach, I don't. I've tried over these past 4 years a few different times. As a matter of fact, I did my Let's Get Checked vitamin test this summer, this spring at the end of winter. And my vitamin D was low. I want to say it was 21, and they wanted it to be 30 or something like that. Or maybe it was 19, and they wanted it to be 21. I don't remember now. And so while my vitamin D was a little low, I thought maybe I should try taking supplements. And I did. I bought some vitamin D supplements. And you know what? I took them twice, and they just, both times I took them, they upset my stomach. They went right through me and caused me, wake up in the middle of the night and have to use the bathroom with bad diarrhea. So I don't think I processed the oil in those things very well. One of the worst times I've made myself sick on this diet was eating cod liver oil. So I don't know what it is in those oils. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what that supplement oil was. I think it was olive oil, but I don't know what the deal is. Anyways, they made me feel worse. So I stopped taking them. I only took 2. And I need to go back and redo another test for vitamin D. I have been meaning to do that, and summer's over, and I probably had good vitamin D for a while, and I bet it's fading now. But yeah, no, it's exactly. I understood where your question was going. Little Viking Coach says, I just figured if the seasonal depression might get better. Yeah, so back in the days before I started Zero Carb, I did take a lot of vitamin D3 with that idea that maybe, my old diet, I was short on D3 and that was part of the depression. But nothing I did could crack that depression when I wasn't Zero Carb. Now that I am Zero Carb, it's just gone. And as you may or may not know, my attitude towards supplements is I'll take them when I have a deficiency or when I feel a need. And so I haven't really felt, like I said, I haven't felt depressed. So I haven't felt like I needed the D3. And the only reason I did think I needed that D3 was because of that blood test. I didn't have any physical symptoms that I noticed. And upon trying to take it and finding that it didn't, agree with me, I just decided that I don't need it unless I show some signs of needing it, which is how I felt about all supplements. And so that's really the case for me with all supplements. If I can't see why I need them, then I'm going to assume that I'm probably doing fine with regards to getting them, enough of them in my body. And that may or may not be true. I know vitamin D, they say we want to have really high levels for immune defense and all that stuff. But I've been feeling great, and I'm not sick, and whatever. I don't know what to say about it. I do think about those things all the time. I wonder if maybe if I had higher D3, maybe would I be feeling better? I don't know. I'm not feeling not good. I don't have any depression, so I can't really see why I need more, but I do know they say you do, so whatever. I don't know. But Little Viking Coach says, I've been taking 50,000 because of 19 and immune system. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm like you. I've heard about it. It seems like it'd be good. Doesn't seem like there's a downside. Why not, right? But for me, there's a significant downside to taking any supplements, and I haven't found the supplement that doesn't mess me up, of any type. There was what was the other one I was taking? It was our friend Carnomad hooked said, oh, you should consider vitamin K2. Maybe you're low on that because you don't eat cheese. And so I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I got some K2 supplements, and same thing. Every day I'd take a pill. That night would be the worst night I had in a long time. I'm just so sensitive. So so that's that. I just that's my deal with supplements. I'm not crazy anti-supplement, but I do feel like I know they can take me backwards. So I do feel like if people know they can take them without issue, then they're probably great. But I do think that a lot of people start this way of eating and think they need to take them and just continue to take them without a break, and so they may never find out if they do cause issues. I assume I'm in the vast minority, and that almost nobody else can't take supplements without getting sick. But that's my long supplement story, Little Viking Coach. I don't, and while I think I'm curious about it, it doesn't seem like it's something that is a make or break for me. I feel great. So there's that. So Sarah says, thank you, Sarah. Thanks for saying that you're happy for that I'm playing guitar again. I know you do the same thing. I know you bounce back from interest to interest, and yeah, we're just like that. So, all those hats we wear. I know we've talked about that before, and that's something that just is how I am, and I'm learning to accept it. When I don't feel like playing guitar, it's okay. And I think I'll come back to it, and if not, I'm sure I'll find something else to do. It never is a problem for me. And it sounds like your deal too, heading to the gym show. So Maud Hanifa, I'm not sure if I said your name right. I apologize if I mispronounced that, but asks, how was your energy when you started Zero Carb? That is such a great question. Thank you so much for asking. Awful. I mean, horrible, horrible. I need to qualify that, though. I started Zero Carb at a really bad place in my health. I was suffering from such serious fatigue. Fatigue was probably my number one symptom, aside from like bloody diarrhea and the pain and all those things. But my continual symptom throughout the day during those times prior to Zero Carb was fatigue, and I had built myself, or torn myself down, I should say, to a level, I weighed like 120 pounds, 123 pounds was my low weight, or right around that time, and I was sleeping all day. I mean, I couldn't do anything. I would block out a couple hours for work, and I was really struggling. So it's hard to evaluate my Zero Carb transition because I was in a poor state when I started. But I will tell you that my first month and probably 2 months were really difficult for me. I did not have an easy transition to Zero Carb, and to be honest, it's sometimes really surprising to me that I made it here, and I'm so thankful that I did, and it's one of the biggest reasons why I'm a real loud vocal proponent of 30 days strict as you can. Because I think that, at least in my experience, and this isn't everyone's experience, some people have a real smooth transition, some people have just a little bit of kicking and fighting along the way, but I really had a tough first month. Part of that was because I was experimenting too much, I think. I knew I needed to be carnivore, but I wasn't strict, so I was trying ham, and I was trying cheese, and I was kind of doing myself more damage in that first few weeks, but I was aware of having some great moments, and I was aware that what was going on was changing. Like, what was bothering me was different than what was bothering me when I wasn't Zero Carb. So while I was struggling to process some of the fat and the cheese and the ham and the things that I was eating that I still can't process, so no wonder there. But as I was finding my way towards the all beef thing that works for me, I was noticing great improvements despite some issues along the way. But I was fatigued. I was so tired. I mean, I had zero energy those first, I would say, maybe 6 weeks. I mean, it was definitely getting better. The first 2 weeks, it wasn't getting better. If anything, it almost felt like I was getting worse. But by week 3 or week 4, I started to have some good days. And I definitely, by a month in, I was really feeling hopeful, but I was still really low energy mode. So hang in there. I know that physiologically we go through a significant change, and so you really can't access a lot of the energy that your body has for those first few weeks. Not only that, you're just getting completely torn apart by this whole change. And I just think it really takes some time, and I think we physically do change, and I think I do believe that a carb-based metabolism is our body sort of responding to attempt to thrive on what's essentially a starvation diet, and so for us to return from that to being able to process a high nutritionally dense diet like carnivore, it takes some time. I have a theory that the reason we're all sick from eating carbs and whatever is just because we really can only efficiently process sort of one style or the other. That's not to say we can only eat meat and only eat carbs, but if we're eating carbs, we shouldn't eat a lot of meat, it doesn't seem like. And if we're eating meat, we definitely shouldn't eat a lot of carbs, because it does seem to break things down. The people I know who just eat carbs don't seem to have a huge issue, but they do have an issue if they eat some meat. So I don't know. Those are just some. I don't have much. There's no evidence there. That's just kind of my thinking. When I see people doing fine, on various diets, that's sort of seems to be what I observe. Mixed diets seem to be the most difficult to remain healthy on. Not that there aren't people who do it. So anyways, energy was low. Yeah, energy was low mode, and I do think that there's a big part of that. What I was trying to say there with those diets things, I think there's a big part of that that's a result of just your body transitioning to be able to utilize the zero carb diet efficiently and effectively. And I think it does just naturally take time for everybody, no matter what your state is coming into it. So there's that. And Little Viking Coach says, I've heard of Paul Thorne, great singer-songwriter, just put out a new song. I haven't. His name sounds familiar, but it's not ringing a bell directly, Little Viking Coach. So I'll go check that out right when we get done. I actually, like I said, I've been playing a ton of music, and now is my favorite time, just like doing the journal. I get up in the morning, and I just feel the most connected and the least... I have the least barriers. As the day goes on, I throw up more and more barriers to myself. I'll start questioning myself and evaluating what I'm playing, and I lose my flow. So yeah, I'll check out Paul Thorne. Thanks for that, Little Viking Coach. So okay, you guys, well, that's enough for today. I'm gonna have a wonderful Sunday. I'm gonna chill. It's pouring rain outside and about 39 degrees or something. So I'm looking forward to a day of watching some football and hanging out. So Maud, thank you. I'm glad I pronounced your name perfectly. Right on. Glad you were here. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. It's awesome to have some folks to chat to. I don't make it easy because I don't have a regular schedule, but I will be back next Sunday. It'll probably be about this time, but I'm just kind of playing them by ear because that's how I do this thing best. So yeah, you're welcome. And I hope you guys all have a great day. Hope you guys all have a great week. Stay the course. Make some progress. Do your best to share your successes and help other people with this thing. And for the most part, just stay positive, you guys. We're moving forward. Let's make some progress, and let's just make this world a better place if we can. So, all right, you guys, hope you have an awesome Sunday. Have a great week, and I'm going to hit the outgoing video. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much for being here.